Hi everyone, it's Debbie Wells from Artful Buzz, and I have a really wonderful treat for you, for everybody, because I love getting gifts, I love giving gifts, and because we're all art lovers, I want to share all my secrets with you. So I have a little presentation for you, and I hope you enjoy it. These are just my recommendations based on my own experience, so word of mouth. So take it for what it's worth and enjoy. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Art Lover Shopping List. And there's my website if you want to find out more information about Artful Buzz. So we're going to start off with Pantone Color of the Year. So right now we're in November 2023, and we are waiting for the countdown for 2024. Every year, Pantone, which is the color matching system that printers and a lot of professional artists use, designers as well, and it really rules the commercial world. So when Pantone picks a color of the year, you will see everything in that color. You will see clothes in that color. You can see here, you see a pocketbook in the 2023 color. 2023 was magenta. They're going to surprise us with 2024 very soon. Here I have a little chart of different colors from every year. They try to pick the personality of the year, but you know, it's all very carefully planned scientifically by Pantone. And I happen to love Pantone because they number every single color. So they also make a lot of merchandise. So I have a few things to show you that I have right here. I've got a Pantone postcard book, and here you can see this color yellow is number 100. Let me just look up one more. There's so many yellows, you can't believe how many colors up there are. Okay, and here's another one of my personal favorites, actually, is Pantone number 1797. That's a red shot color. So you can have a lot of fun playing with these colors. And there's one of those little swatch books at the bottom there. It's similar to when you go to the paint store and you look at like Benjamin Moore or something like that. But this is meant for printers. They also make a lot of merchandise. So you can buy a Pantone mug and just so many other things. So in that vein, we're going to just wait to see what the color of the year for 2024 is. In the meantime, let's go shopping. So one of my favorite places to buy things is the art galleries and museums. I love going to art galleries and museums, but I love going to gift shops. And to me, it's not a complete visit unless you visit the gift shop as well. I like looking at the books and the postcards and all the other gift items and just fun things to look at. And I find it's usually a place to get a very original gift. So I picked a few that I really like, and let's start here. So Gagosian shop, Gagosian is one of the best art galleries basically in the entire world, and they've got a few different locations in Manhattan. At the Madison Avenue one, 976 Madison Avenue, they have a store. Most of the stores I'm going to show you, they have an online version as well. So don't think if you're not in New York that you can't buy all of these things. So I just picked a few of my favorite things that I either see in the store or I have or whatever. So let's see, you can get Cracker's wax skateboard decks, and that's a Keith Haring version. They make a lot of different artists. One, there's a Andy Warhol one, and so many. So you just look at that. And Jeff Koons Balloon Dog is a real popular one. You can buy that there. They have a magazine called Gagosian Quarterly, and you can sign up for a subscription. And that's always a lot of fun to keep up to date with everything. And I am a big lover of artist-themed jewelry. So here you've got that lip image is a painting by Man Ray. And actually, I found out that those are actually somebody's actual lips. They're supposed to be Lee Miller's lips. She was a fashion journalist, a fashion photographer, a model, girlfriend of Man Ray and also of Picasso. Rachel Feinstein, big artist. She made these beautiful rings. You see, it looks like a castle. I want one of those. Jenny Seville, big artist as well. A T-shirt with an eye on it. And my favorite is this Roy Lichtenstein dinnerware set. I've seen it before. It's beautiful. I've actually seen it in museum displays. But I have a paper plate version of basically the same thing. And this is actually a collector's item too. If you want to go on eBay or something like that, you can buy it. But I'm going to frame this and put this in my kitchen. Who doesn't want a Lichtenstein paper plate? Okay, moving along. So MoMA, great place to buy gifts, Museum of Modern Art. They have a design store right by the museum, 53rd Street. You can get pretty much anything there. So they make a lot of items like furniture and just state-of-the-art designed items like this toaster here. But then they have cool things like chess sets and watches and sweatshirts and basketballs, and everything is artist-themed, and it's just a lot of fun. You can't go wrong going to this store to buy an art-themed gift. If you want something a little different, you can go to the Morgan Library, which I believe is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. So Mr. Morgan is Pierpont Morgan. It was his home. That's his library. It's spectacular. So if you just want to visit, that's the place to go. But they also, not only do they also have this library with illuminated manuscripts and all of that to see, they also have some current exhibitions that are constantly changing with a little bit more modern art. But they happen to have a really, really good gift shop. And I enjoy especially buying books there. So here's just a few books that you can choose from. They really have a wide array. But there's also a book called The Personal Librarian, and it's about Belle DaCosta Green, who was the personal librarian for Mr. Morgan. So it's a whole story of her life. Very interesting story. So you can really get a feel. They don't just sell books, but that's what I was focusing on for this presentation. Then you can go uptown to Central Park West and go to the New York History store at the New York Historical Society. Beautiful, beautiful museum. They have an array of historical things of all different kinds there. When last time I was there, they had a recreation of the Oval Office. They always have lots of toys and just memorabilia from all throughout New York history. It's really a very special museum. But one of the things that they have is a gallery that is focused just on Louis Comfort Tiffany. It's fairly new, I don't know, under 10 years old, and it's fantastic. It's a very, very glamorous display of all of Tiffany, mostly Louis Comfort Tiffany lamps, but other things as well. And it tells you the whole story of Louis Comfort Tiffany and how he made the glass and the people that worked for him and just everything about it. And it's really a very important piece of American and New York history. He lived in Manhattan, but he also lived on Long Island. And there are a lot of museums in New York that focus on him. The New York Historical Society is very special because they also acknowledge the fact that there was this woman, her name was Clara Driscoll, and she worked for Tiffany, and she actually was an integral part of all the designing. At the time, she didn't really get a lot of credit, but now through research and letters that they found, she's just making a splash everywhere. And there actually is a book by Susan Vierland. It's a historical fiction book called Clara and Misty Tiffany. I learned all about her through that book, so I highly recommend it. And they do talk a lot about Clara at the museum. Not only that, but they just opened up a restaurant and named it Clara, all because of Clara Driscoll. MAD Museum, that's Museum of Arts and Design, MAD. It is really fantastic. Now, this is a museum that is right on Columbus Circle. It has an unbelievable view of Central Park when you go to the restaurant. Upstairs, it's a very trendy, very tasty restaurant called The Robert. And as you can see, beautiful view. But what I like is the gift shop. And the gift shop has all sorts of home goods and they have books and all sorts of scarves and wearable art. You name it, they've got it. But I really like going there for the jewelry. They have very, very original jewelry some costumes, some fine, but all very, very creative. So this one may catch your eye, is the one with the guitar. I think that one is because right now they're having a Taylor Swift exhibition, and I think that's part of that promotion. But all the other jewelry is just beautifully made, so original, and I just think that that's a great place to buy something if you want to get that art love or something special. So I recommend that gift shop as well. Okay, so now this is my favorite subject, wearable art. I love wearable art. If I could wear every scarf I own, now would be the time I would do it, because I have Picasso, Van Gogh, I have Tiffany, you name it, I've got it all. And I love wearing it. It always gets someone's attention. But let's see what we're going to focus on this time. So this is high end. This is a Lady Dior, Christian Dior. Every year for a few years already, they've been commissioning artists to design bags, all in this Lady Dior layout. So you see the black one in the on the left, that's the basic. And it's got those letters hanging from one side. It's really a D-I-O-R in that design that you see on the logo. So these are the most current ones that I've seen and I love. So you've got Michelene Thomas. She's a fantastic African-American artist, and she has a collage there on the top. Brian Calvin is a contemporary artist that does these faces that have a little bit of a cubist look to them, very distinctive. And there you've got the face laying down, looking up. Then you've got Ghada Amir, which I just took people to see an exhibition of hers in Chelsea. And she does incredible things with string and materials and all of it. She's an Egyptian artist, and everything has a little bit of a feminist twist to it and a lot of messages through lettering. Fantastic. Another person who uses lettering in his art is John Giarno. And and here it says, you've got to burn to shine, and it's all these very neon colors and very iridescent. Fantastic. And then one of my other favorites is Ian Davenport, who does a lot of paint dripping kind of things. And he has a whole technique, and that is very indicative of what his technique is, the way the paint drips and then pools at the bottom. So you can walk around with really a painting on your handbag, and it's very, very special. If you want to look at anything, so I'm giving you the website so you can look at prices and where to buy these things. Some places you go to the store, some places you go to their website. Some place like Ken Stenton, I've seen his handbags in lots of different places. I've seen it's sometimes in museum gift shops, but I've also seen a Grand Central Station holiday shop. He's everywhere, and he's very nice. I actually met him once, so I actually have one. So here are three that are going on right now. That usually he has the clutch. So you see, one is called Art History. That's the one at the top. The other one is a Cubist theme one. And the other one is a combination of two different Van Goghs. If you can see, it's his bedroom and Starry Night combined together. And then he does other layouts and other artists. So I have a Frida Kahlo one there, but I'll show you the one I have, which is always an attention grabber. It's a clutch. It opens up like this. It has a strap, but this is a real pencil. And the rest of it is printed on. Here's the back. Every time I wear this, I get comments. Moving along, we've got, Mary Frances. Mary Frances is so creative. If you look at the website, you'll see lots of things. You'll see musical instruments. You'll see all different kinds of flowers. You'll really see a variety of very creative ones. But I'm picking for the art lover ones that the artists will like. And actually, I have two of these. I want to get that creative one. The one is a phone pouch with the crayons. Love it. But let me show you what I do have. Let's see. I've got this one. How fantastic is this? It opens up like this. And boy, do I get attention every time. I just wore this to a wedding, and I cannot tell you how many people said, ooh, look at this bag. And it was from a gift from a friend, and fantastic. And then I have this one, which I could not resist. It's so fabulous. And this, I do wear this sometimes. This, I usually wear it over like a black dress. It's got a gorgeous strap, and the whole thing is bejeweled. You can look really close. You can see was like, and it's a painter's palette. And actually, it's a real paintbrush little strings there. So then you can see they came out with a camera. They came out with a Frida Kahlo version. They're eye catching, and they do whole things. I can put my cell phone in most of them. Then I have never had the pleasure of owning one of these, but Coach comes out with a few artist-themed bags as well, and other merchandise. So here I found 3. The one on the top that says Famous, that's one of Basquiat's designs, and that's on a typical looking Coach type of bag, very classic. And then you have sneakers, which they have a whole shoe line as well with the heart on it. That is a Keith Haring design. And then I like this one with the Coach logos in the back, but all those mouths, those lips with the teeth, that's all Tom Wesselman designs. And you can go to their website and see there are other versions that they have of other artists too. But I thought these were very fun, and they keep with the Coach look. This one I just discovered when I was walking on the street, and they had a Longchamp store in the on Fifth Avenue or Madison Avenue, and I walked down and I looked in the window. I said, "Oh my goodness, I must find out more about this." So I did, and I found that you can buy this in some department stores as well, or the website. And basically, they took 2 different designs with Robert and Deanna and made handbags and other pieces out of them. The big one is the love logo, and he has it with 2 different color versions behind it, and they make keychains and all sorts of things, and you've seen that love symbol everywhere. And I did find something very interesting out about that love symbol, is that you see how the O is a little sideways, and he did that on purpose for a message. The message was that love is never perfect. I thought that was very sweet. And then you can see the Longchamp logo combined with it in the keychain. And the other design is what you see there on it's like a scarf belt. You can wear it as a belt, you can wear it around your neck. It's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. He does a whole design with that as well. Very, very graphic, very cool, and very casual. And I think it's really a great buy and a great gift. Well, now you're getting fancy. So this is also very high-end. Louis Vuitton. They collaborate a lot, but I'm focusing on just a few. So here you've got Jeff Koons did a whole series on different famous artists. He appropriated the artwork and then put the Louis Vuitton logo on it, and he put the lettering on it, and it came in all different versions. And here are 3: Van Gogh, Fragonard, Rubens, but there were others. And I tell you, I was so excited about these that I just could not decide which one I wanted, and so I just didn't get any, but I wish you do. They also had one with Mona Lisa, which was very good too. One of the most popular ones is Yayoi Kusama, and she's known for all her dots. She's been doing a lot of collaborations with them, so you'll see a variety of versions. So I think the newest one is the one with the multicolored circles on it, but they have clothes and handbags and all sorts of accessories. Very, very hot. And not only that, but I'm not sure if any of them are up right now, but they did incredible worldwide window displays of anatromic kusamas and giant kusamas. It was incredible. If you go online, you'll probably see it. And another one I have in that trunk version is Murakami, who does those flowers, and you can see one of the little daisy flowers with the pink and white at the end. But they also do a whole line with him. How fun is that? Okay, now I do have one of these, and I can't resist showing you. It was a huge, fantastic birthday present from actually my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, and I just love it so much. I wore it to my son's wedding because it matched my dress perfectly. This is the one I have. It's The Kiss by Klimt. It opens up like a book, like this. Isn't that cool? And it does hold my cell phone, which is very, very good. Very important. And the name of the company is Olympia Letan. And here's just a few of the other versions that they do. They appropriate some, famous artwork. Sometimes they change a little bit, like the Mona Lisa, giving them pink sunglasses. And other times it's just straight out. I wanted to show you. Let me see. if I can show you here how intricate it is. These are beads right here, and it's actually numbered on the back. It's editioned right here. And like I said, it's like a book, so you can see that here. And all of these are the same. And it does come with a strap. I just prefer wearing it without a strap. So this is beautiful. And you can see the intricate embroidery work I put in the background of a different one. So, oh, and also the lining is very special. They put just a beautiful flower. I think mine is mine also flowered? Let's see. Yes, mine's a different design. It's just very, very well done. And when I don't wear it, I put it in my wall unit to display with all my other collectibles. So that's how special it is to me. Okay, now we're going to go to art books. So everybody likes a coffee table book or a book about artists to read. So here is my recommendations for stores to go to and a couple of books as well. So Celine, you can't go wrong with that. They're very high-end coffee table books. They have all sorts of serious fashion, travel, art, you name it. They're all over the world. They've got at least 10 locations. I just picked a variety of ones I thought that art lovers might like, from Tiffany the jeweler to the Bauhaus School, Liechtenstein, travel to Mykonos. Versailles is from Louis the 14th to Jeff Koons. It's a survey book. Barbie, of course. Leland, who does the sheep and all those other kinds of animal sculptures. And I also threw in Steve Cohn's Confronting Magic. And that is actually not an art book, but what a New York experience. You can actually see him perform in hotel suites. And if you look him up, it's a Steve Cohn Magic. Look that up and you will see you could buy tickets. What a great holiday gift that is. I did it with a whole bunch of members of my family, and we had a wonderful time. Not your typical magic. It's more like parlor magic, and he has specialties with cards, and he does things with dictionaries and tea. Very different. And, you know, some people even get dressed up when they go to his show. He's fantastic. A classic bookstore downtown. It's near Union Square on 12th Street. Strand Bookstore. They have a few other locations like by Central Park, but for the most part, this is the mother lode. So they have tons of accessories and gift items, but the books is what you come for. And they have a whole section with art books. And these were just a few that I pulled out, from how-to art books to famous artist biographies, to the giant coffee table ones, to rare books, you name it. They got it. I'm just going to say that a lot because I picked the best of the best to show you where to shop for artful gifts. Rizzoli, first of all, it's an experience just to go there because it's so beautifully done. It's not far from Penn Station. It's on 5th Avenue and 26th Street. So if you just walk down 5th, eventually you'll see it. It's a little nondescript. It's sort of between Penn Station and the Flatiron Building near Madison Square Park. And I put a little map there so you could see where the arrow is, where it is. Near Italy, which is another big New York landmark. But it's not a tremendous store, but it is very, very well laid out, well stocked, and has gorgeous murals. You can see some of them over the bookcases. Very, very special place just to browse and to look and definitely to buy gorgeous books. Now I have a whole load of things here. So hold on for 1 second. I have a book that I just finished reading and I'm recommending it totally. Linda Fishbach is a friend of mine. Then she's been a long-time Artful person with Artful Buzz. And she's just an amazing person. She put together this website called Art Privé, and it's basically a directory. And I use it when I do some of my research. You look at the directory and you say, look, let's say you're going to Paris, and you type in Paris, and then it tells you not just museums like the Louvre. She tells you these private museums, the smaller museums, the ones that the public may or may not know about. And they're all like hidden gems. And so she has this website directory, and it's free. So I feel free to look it up and enjoy. And Linda is just a very, very special person, and so smart and so knowledgeable and so well traveled. I think that she's pretty much seen everything that she has on that list, and it's pretty comprehensive. So she decided to make a book exactly about that, about her art experiences, this time in America, although she's been all over the world. And I'm just showing you a few of the places. You probably never heard of some of them, but she gives you the inside track to it all. So she and I are probably, we're planning on doing a webinar together so you can really learn more about all the things that she does. But I highly recommend this book. It was a fun read, and something that was really useful. You could make this your bucket list of all the places you want to go. Well, on the other hand, who doesn't like a coloring book? So Dover has been around forever, and Dover Publications does coloring books and paper dolls and stickers and all sorts of these like little activity books. Some of them are for children, but I think a lot of them are for adults too. So that's why I put it in the book section, not the kids section in this webinar. So you can see how intricate the coloring is, but they've got fantastic themes, from dot to dot with Vermeer, the Gilded Age, which everybody's all into right now, with paper dolls, as Erte, also with paper dolls. Drawing books like Anatomy for Artists, which is all about the bones and the muscles of the body, which is always something important for artists to know. Stickers, just for fun, of all the famous Picasso stickers. A Monet one where they have an intricate drawing of the painting, and then you can color it in yourself. Same thing with famous American paintings. You see there it's Gothic, American Gothic, and even one just on Norman Rockwell classics. And this is just a couple that I just picked out. You can have a lot of fun going through everything that Dover offers. Okay, so now we'll get to things that are more for kids, although I like some of them anyway myself. This is something I discovered when I was a kid, and believe it or not, I've used this book and this system of drawing to teach myself how to draw things that I'm not too comfortable drawing, just to get the basic idea and the basic shapes, or to teach children who say, I can't draw, or adults who say, I can't draw. And the name of this particular book that Ed Emberley has done is called Make a World. And if you if you look at all his directions, he has it laid out like this in strips, and step by step, you learn how to draw these things. You can build a world. And I just had so much fun with this as a kid, and I loved sharing this with other kids, and it's still around. It's just, it's really something that is just the perfect gift for a young artist or somebody that just wants to have some reference but doesn't feel confident. So if you look at the one on the top there, it actually starts with a fingerprint. He does a whole bunch of thumbprints. And then at the bottom, you can see the little lines and squiggles. He's telling you one thing to add at a time to make it eventually into a ladybug. So if you follow that, let's look at a different one. Here's the seahorse. So you see, you start off with this one shape that looks like the letter D, and then you put a circle on top, and then you add a circle that's not colored in, and then you add some lines connecting the circle to the other circle. With a triangle and a circle to make the body, then the lines are legs. And look how just in this one little thing that I just picked out of the book, he's got all different kinds of people, from baseball players to trapeze artists, and it's all using these simple shapes. So he shows you how to make trains and castles and boats and igloos and every kind of animal. It's just a lot of fun. Bob Ross is another one of those how-to artists, and everybody might remember him from the 60s and the 70s when he was the happy painter and very calm, very relaxed. And he would say, there's no mistakes, it's just happy accidents. And he'd show you how to make a tree and a mountain. And it was all very hippie-ish, and you can see from his hair that was his style. So he actually put together something called Happy Lessons in a Box for kids, and it's a whole kit that shows you how to paint with his style. So I thought that was a lot of fun. They really commercialized Bob Ross even more than he was when he just had a television show long ago. Well, you can't go wrong with this one. Hold on. I've got my own to show you. Actually, I have two. I have Gustav Klimt Barbie. That's the one all the way at the end, but I'm going to show you, this is my Warhol Barbie, who has the tomato soup can t-shirt there, and a little slogan from Andy Warhol at the bottom that says, "Art is what you can get away with." And he's actually standing here, if you can see, with a picture of a painting of his painting of Barbie that he did. And you can play with these dolls if you like, but I like to keep them in the original packaging because they're just so special. The first one is Mona Lisa. These three are part of a museum collection. The Andy Warhol one is separate. And there are others. I'm just showing you some. You got Mona Lisa on the left. In the middle, can you guess? It's Van Gogh with Starry Night inspired. And then Gustav Klimt. And I love the way they did her hair and the necklace, all from the Lady in Gold painting. Now, if you want to get more serious, how do you buy art? Now, of course, you could go to a museum or a gallery in their gift shops, or you can, go to artists themselves. You can buy art in so many different ways. But I'm going to talk about things that are a little different. Okay, so first of all, no matter where you live, you have access to artsy.net. That is basically I think one of the #1 websites for art collecting. You can be anywhere. You can look at anything. They've got this enormous directory that's all divided by artists, by galleries, by museums. It tells you where to find all these things. Sometimes they'll tell you the price, or they'll give you the information on how to find out the price. It's not individual artists that are on this. It's either you have to go through a gallery or an organization or a museum or something like that. So I would say everything is very reputable. This company's been around for a while, and it's good for novice people who just want to learn about what's out there. And it's also for people who are very serious art collectors as well, because this is very, very comprehensive. My recommendation is to look for, if you see right here, Artful recommendation, type in MVVO Art. And this is a very unique company. And I know the owner, her name is Maria. And what she does is she is a company that deals only with people who are in the advertising world, professional graphic designers and art directors and people in advertising and people like that who are very successful in their professional careers, but they want to break into art and fine art as well. So she has a tremendous roster. She does shows once a year at least, and she has everything is on Artsy, and it's really fun to find someone who is talented and already proven in some ways, but still emerging. So the prices are very reasonable, but Artsy covers everything. I'm just recommending MVVO Art. This one, if you went recently in New York City, there was, it was like a deli, a bagel store, where everything in the store was made of felt. And this artist, her name is Lucy Sparrow, sewed every single thing in the store. So you walk in the store and you just look around, and it's like a museum. It's a store. It's fantastic. And she makes them look like grocery stores or bodegas or something like that. Here you can see her right here, and everything that she's standing with, from the Brillo to all the fruits and vegetables behind her, that's all sewn. And she sells them as well. So you can go on her website if you can't find one of the exhibitions, which are constantly moving around all over the world. you can go on her website and pick some of these. And how fun is this? You can buy a Pop-Tart kit there, Nutella. I love the Skittles with the individual little Skittles. You can see that they're all sewn with felt, peanut butter and jelly, even Xanax you can get. So you have to look and have a lot of fun. The price is totally varied, but what a fantastic homemade kind of gift that you can give to someone. Now, there's also the Hirschfeld store. And if you know Al Hirschfeld, he's known for doing celebrity portraits, a lot for Broadway shows, a lot for TV, a lot for movies, music, people like that. And I just picked a nice variety from the Beatles, Groucho Marx, Carol Channing, you name it, singers, W.C. Fields, etc. If you go to the Al Hirschfeld Foundation shop, which has online exhibitions as well, David Leopold is the man in charge there, and they sell all of these prints and other memorabilia and books and so on, including this book called The Hirschfeld Century. It's really fun. If you're a Hirschfeld fan, this is where you go. If you also go to the Museum of Broadway, which I have here, it's right in the Times Square area on 45th Street. They have, and David told me that he put this together with the museum, they have a Hirschfeld room, and it's very, very special. So you can buy Hirschfeld things at their gift shop as well. Poster House, one of my favorite places. I love posters. I actually have that poster here. I gave it to my son for his apartment. The New York is about New York. We actually had that in one of the shows that we curated on the seasons at the Nassau County Museum of Art a while ago. But basically, it's the only museum that specializes in posters. And they have fantastic exhibits from the history of posters to posters all over the world to very contemporary posters about the environment and so on. So a lot of these people who design these are people that you would know, like Toulouse-Lautrec on that book cover called The Poster. The one that I mentioned about New York, the one at the bottom is Milton Glazer's design, as is Give Earth a Chance, is also Milton Glaser, top graphic designer. He designed the I Love New York logo, as well as the New York Magazine logo that you can see right there. The other ones are from travel posters and all sorts of great things. They change their exhibitions often. It's in a very funky location on 23rd Street. They have a really fun gift shop, but you can also look at it online as well. Aren't you having fun doing this? To me, I could do this all day long, but I worked hard to find you my favorites. There's another poster store that deals with vintage posters, and it's called La Belle Époque. The owners are fabulous. They're so friendly. They're so knowledgeable, and they have a passion, a lust for posters. And here's just a nice variety of different posters that they have there. No matter what you want, they've got a fantastic directory online. But when you go there, and I'm going to bring people there one day, I have a plan, because it is just an adventure going to this place. It's a poster adventure. And last time I went there with my husband, we actually bought two posters. We bought two travel posters, one for ourselves. My husband goes to Hong Kong on business a lot. And we also got engaged in Hong Kong. So we got a travel poster for Hong Kong travel. And then we bought one for my son, who got married and had his honeymoon in Hawaii, and got a travel poster from there too, on the airline that they actually took. And I think both the ones we got were from the 1960s, and they frame them. It's just what a joy to go to a store like that. So there's the website and the address. Now we're getting to the end here. Artful activities. So sometimes you just want something to do, not just something to have. I got some ideas for you. First of all, this is something that I actually been to a few of these immersive experiences, but this particular one I love. The Hall des Lumines. It's in a historic bank that they left some of the things in the bank. Some of the teller booths are there. The vault is still there. Some of the architecture is still there. And they basically project art on the wall, on the ceiling, on the architecture. everywhere, and there's a little music going, and it's just an experience where you sit sometimes on a beanbag chair, or you sit on the floor, or you just find a spot and you just let everything absorb over you. The one that's coming up now, it just started, is the Chagall Immersive Experience, and I have the address there. It's right by City Hall, and what a day. And I'm actually planning over winter break, when all my kids are around, we're going to do like a little family outing there. You don't have to know a lot about art to just love being in this environment. It's like being in a dream, where you're just sitting there and everything is just projecting literally over you. And it's just a lot of fun. And what a great family experience. The Crayola store. Well, first of all, go and buy anything Crayola and you're going to be happy. But if you go to some of the actual Crayola museums or Crayola experiences, there's 5 of them. One in Easton, Pennsylvania, which I think is I've been to 2. I've been to the one in Easton, Pennsylvania, and I've been to the one in Minneapolis. That's the Mall of America. They had one there too. So you can buy so many things to do with crayons, of course, but they also have all these like kids activities and displays, and it's you don't have to be a kid to like it. It's a little kiddie, but I liked it anyway. I bought this, a giant crayon. And you can actually personalize it, and you can put your name on it or whatever you want. And this one is, it's got to be at least a pound. I actually put this in my suitcase on my way home. And I got stopped by the people with the x-rays, because they said, "What is that?" And they didn't know what it was. So I took it. I said, "It's a crayon. It's a real crayon. It's a real working crayon in this box." And everybody in the airport was saying, "Come, look what she's got. Look what she's got." So I was a big hit in the airport with my Crayola, the giant Crayola crayon. You want to do something fun and make it into a hobby? You could be a stamp collector, but you could also be an artful stamp collector. And these are stamps that are themed with artists. So Ruth Asawa does this wire sculpture. You've got Andy Warhol. You got some classics like Grant Wood or Edward Hopper with their famous paintings, a historic Crayola one. If you look at the bottom row, you've got Jackson Pollock, Edmonia Lewis, who is a African-American sculptress, she is really great if you want to learn more about her. Ellsworth Kelly with his color, very solid color images. Then you've got the pop master of them all, Peter Max, did one on the environment, Alexander Calder, you name it. I mean, they have so many. I just wanted to find a few, and you can, all over the world they have these. I actually have a page, which one of my artful friends gave me, of Roy Lichtenstein. So you can actually get these kinds of pages. And here you can see the different stamps that they have. What a thing to collect. I'm actually thinking of framing this and this next to each other and putting it in my kitchen. So you can do really creative things with all these art things. Lastly, if you want to learn something and you're very serious about it, Robert Farber, I did a webinar with him about a year ago. Anybody who wants to see the video, please write to me, and I will send it to you free of charge. At some point, I'll put it on my website as well. He is a photographer, well known. He's been in museums all over the world. He's been in magazines all over the world. He's known all the famous models and so on. And he's just a really special man as well. And I got to be friendly with him doing this webinar in the interview with him. And he's very enterprising. He now, in addition to selling prints and giving tours of his studio, he just started this mentorship coaching program where you could do one-on-one, you could do a group, all different kinds of ideas that he has. And if you go on his website at farberstudio.com, you'll see all the different variations of what you can learn. So he's putting together a reward system, which I'm so into what he's doing and trying to do that I decided to be a part of it. So I'm one of the corporate sponsors. So if you get some rewards from all the things that you accomplish with his lessons and his classes. You'll get free webinars and free tours and all sorts of things from me. But there are other very reputable companies. I'm glad to be a part of it. Look at the list of sponsors that he has and you'll be extremely impressed. So here are two of his photographs. I love the one with the two women because that is right in Chelsea, and that diner, the Chelsea Diner, is still there. So speaking of me giving lectures and tours, that's the best thing of all. Get an Artful Buzz gift certificate. If you buy a gift certificate for somebody, you'll get a free newsletter subscription. They'll get a free newsletter subscription because my newsletter is free. But it's a big hit. I have over 2,000 people on my mailing list, and my readership rate is through the roof. Usually, I've heard that if you have 10%, that's considered a lot, 15%. I've got, usually, I would say I have 50 to 60, almost 70% readership every single day, which tells me that people love it. So you can sign up for that. And then if you want to buy a gift, you can give a webinar to somebody for $45. You can treat them to an in-person event for $100. You can do all different variations. Just talk to me and we'll figure it out. So people have used these gift certificates before and it's never been a problem. It's very, very flexible with, I don't make any time, restriction or anything. Just whatever you want to give, I'll make sure that that person gets the opportunity to pick a webinar, pick an in-person event that we're doing. So anyway, so let me just leave this webinar so you can see me big and, oops, and let's see. Here we go. So I just want to thank you for listening, and I hope you have some happy shopping this season or whenever. And I just want to share with you just some fun things that I like. And please, please look at my website, artfulbuzz.com, and learn about all the things that I do from the webinars and the in-person and lots of other fun things, including the newsletter. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the art world soon. Bye.